Hey everybody, my name is Jacob and you're watching Jacob's Top 10. Today we're going to talk about stage fright. Now in my past I was a musician, I did some acting, got some gigs, not really successful. But I did perform a lot. One thing I always had, and no it wasn't much of a talent, it was fear. But after being on the stage I think more than 100 times, I can pretty much say I found a way to overcome my stage fright. So here are some ways that can help you lose that nagging fear. Whether you're an actor, musician, dancer, us performers have something in common, and that is we have to entertain. We chose it. It's on us. It's a lot of pressure, I know. But one thing you should know before going into this is a positive thing. Even if you feel that fear, it doesn't mean that what's coming up is a bad thing. You're not going to the dentist. You're not going to war. You're not getting pooped on. Unless that's what you're into, in that case, use that emotion. So just think good things are coming up. It's not the end of the world. Au contraire, it might be the beginning of your career. So take a deep breath and let's get started. Don't repress your emotions. Accept them. So before I go on stage, I feel two things. I feel a rush of adrenaline, a bit lightheaded. If I don't have diarrhea, it's a miracle. And of course, that body-shutting fear. But let's talk about the adrenaline. Remember that feeling on a roller coaster? You get anxious, you don't want to go on the ride. You take a seat, you start moving, and you go up that ramp. Then you feel really awake. That is your body signalizing you, be prepared, something big is about to happen. So your body gets you ready. The same exact thing happens before going on stage. But you should know that the adrenaline is something good. Embrace it. And what about that annoying fear? Think about it. Acknowledge it. Don't shove it deep in your mind. It's okay to be afraid. But you shouldn't be. And here is why. Your audience is not there to judge you. They are simply there to have fun. Think about when you're going to a concert, going to a play, even going to see a movie. You're just there to have fun, to be entertained. And that is exactly how your audience think. And once I realized that, I started to think less about me and more about them. How I can make them happy. How I can project myself in the most entertaining way. And that notion of thought made me think about my fear less. The next thing is, you should concentrate on your talent. Is it singing, dancing, acting, playing, stand-up comedy? Before going on stage, don't linger. Practice your routine. Practice what you're going to present. And do it the best way you can, so later you can do it better. If you don't do something, you just keep thinking about what's gonna happen. Am I gonna be out of tune? Am I gonna forget my lyrics? Am I gonna forget my text? Am I going to fall and break my shin? All those scenarios that go through your mind, you can silence them through practice. Just before you go on stage. And forget about the stage itself. Focus on the act. Now, right before you go on stage, there is one thing I do, always, which is to fake smile. At that point when your legs are trembling, your eyes squinting out of control, and your hands shake more than usual, I smile. I sometimes laugh. I remind myself of a joke, or a friend who got lost in the woods and never came back. Don't judge me. That fake positivity does your body good. It also makes you think less. By the way, the people around you, if you have people around you, they would see it as an act of confidence, which is good. They're gonna think, oh, he's a professional. Oh, look at him. He's about to perform before a billion people. He doesn't give a shit. He has done that a million times. I'm impressed. Well, maybe they're not gonna think exactly that, but they'll definitely think you've done this once or twice. Now, when you go on the stage, you have a lot of light. Blinding light. A lot of light. More light than needed sometimes. And you immediately do this. You can see nothing but the light. But then when you go on center stage, your eyes begin to adjust, and then you start to see the audience. Now, many people have different opinions as to how you should see the audience. Picture them naked, picture them in their underwear, picturing them burning alive while being dragged to the pits of hell. You shouldn't do that. What it would do will make you be less focused on yourself and what you're about to do, which is important. Instead, I'll recommend to look them in the eyes. Yeah, I know, it's a terrifying notion, especially if you're gonna be on stage for the first time. But by looking them in the eyes, you realize there aren't any monsters out there. It's just people. Usually if you smile, they will smile back, which will give you comfort. So you're on that stage and you started performing. Good job! It's important to remember to be in the moment. But by now your performance must come naturally, because you practiced so many times. But sometimes you start to think. That fear overcomes. But don't let your mind get the best of you. Look around, at your audience, at the stage. Be aware of where you are. Be aware of your body, of your breath. And smile again. Unless you're doing the play about the Holocaust. Then maybe smile from within? No, it doesn't sound good. Never mind. Now here's the best way you can lose your stage fright. If once you don't succeed, pick it up and try again. The only way you can be better, to be more confident, is if you try and fail, but then try again and succeed. You might fail a couple more times, but then you'll be better. You'll have experience, which is what we all try to get. I can tell you only that by the 10th time I've been on stage, then my fear started to go away. Because then it was repetitive. Okay, so you feel fear once, twice, 3 times, but by the 10th time it got a bit boring. And then one day I just went on stage, did my part, got backstage, and then I stopped myself, and I was like, whoa, I wasn't afraid. Now later in life, of course, I felt more fear going on stage, but it was way less than before. So the last way to overcome pretty much anything in life, but stage fright in particular, is being persistent. I'm telling you now that fear will go away in time. What you have to do is keep on going. Go on that stage. You fall, you get back up. You're out of tune, you just keep on singing. And if something happens, don't be discouraged. Be persistent. And there you guys go. I hope I helped. I hope this was helpful. So how do you overcome stage fright? Please leave that in the comments below. If you like this video, please stay around my channel. Maybe I can help some more. By the way, maybe you can help me. Now what the hell is this thing? This was my childhood. I bought this in the Euro store. So until I know how it's called, I'm gonna call it a shmimi. And this will be my shmimi. Alright. I'm gonna see you again next time. Take a deep breath and take care.